was out this morning and the wind is blowing, truly March. But we're talking with Michael this morning, and he told me he's just back from a vacation in Florida.
I am. I went down to see my mother, who, she lives down there since 1972. So we always go down there to see her, see how she's doing, and the kids enjoy the time down there. So it was a good time. Now it's back to work.
Now you're back to work.
Yes, ma'am.
And we've got lots on the agenda.
We do.
And this, let me mention first, this is a call-in show. So Michael is all ready to answer your questions or steer you in the right direction. And if you have a complaint or a compliment, we'd like to hear it.
Absolutely.
Okay.
So I guess one of the things walking around and everybody talking about signature menu is, well, we're doing signature menu to save money.
Everybody wonders where in the world that name came from.
It's, I think just as a enterprise, we came up because it's putting your signature on the food, so a signature menu, because these menus are driven down. It's nothing that we're given, say, here you go, here's your menu. Now, these menus are driven by the chefs themselves, so it's their signature on the menu. So it kind of works in together. And I did a little research, and a lot of people come in, oh, we're saving money. We're doing this to save money. I'm like, that's as far from the truth as can be. And I sent some figures in that hopefully we'll put up on the screen. And I have them right here that, we did some calculations. And in the first December was the first of 2015 in Woodland Skies, I think we sold 1,195 fillets. 1,134 salmon, 512 hamburgers, and remember there's hamburgers at lunch and dinner, and then 447 shrimp Alexanders. So what does that show you? You have a very refined taste here at Green Spring. You love the good things, and that's what we want to provide. And we put up some fireside numbers, and understand the fireside, these numbers are only for 2 weeks, so it's a little less than half, and you'll see 459 fillets, over 400 crab cakes, and this is just in 2 weeks. 345 again salmon, and 284 scallops. So as you can say again, and you see a pattern: filet, salmon, seafood. Again, the fine items, refined taste. So this in itself shows we're really not doing this to save money. And then I did another look at purchasing, and I looked at beef tenderloin, because that's with the filet. And right here you see in first quarter we purchased $23,000. This is the quarter of 2014, $23,000. And then the fourth quarter, same quarter, 2015, which we rolled out signature menu, you see almost 3 times that. And people say, oh well, beef prices went up. Actually, beef went down 18% from 2014 to 2015. So it's not that the item costs more. It's based on, purchases are based off consumption. A long time ago, someone told me numbers never lie. So, and you see on the shrimp we increased, and then there's another number on crab we increased, like I think 3 or 4-fold. So by no means are we doing this to save money. If anything, it's costing us more money. But everything is based off of consumption, and we purchase off of what the residents enjoy. So these menus, and what's another issue we hear? Well, variety. There's nothing on the menu I like. Last night I was actually working on the line, and I was working one of the sections, and we had salmon, and you could have had salmon in fireside with bourbon sauce, with raisin sauce, Cajun, plain, or steamed. So that's one item 5 different ways. You can have a burger, and we all know how many different ways you can have a burger. We had the crab cakes. There's the stir fries that if you want it with brown rice or regular rice or no rice or mashed potatoes, all the different types of vegetables. And then there's the special. We did the buttermilk chicken with the sauce on it. Probably sold a good 20 plus of those. And we're rotating these specials in. I know at Woodland Skies, they're bringing in a special every Sunday to Sunday, Wednesday to Wednesday. And then Friday, we brought back the Friday fish. We brought that back because there was such response to it. Residents like, we really like that Friday fish. And it also gave the chefs an opportunity to showcase their talent. Something different off the menu. And then we're going to rotate. You'll see at the end of the month, starting with the first of the month, we'll take off the bottom sellers. We have a report that we call a menu item mix. And basically, it runs you can run it for a day, for a week, for a month, for a year, and it'll show you what we are actually making, what we're selling. And again, purchases are based off of consumption. So we say, okay, well, maybe these 3 items aren't selling. We're going to try new items. So there's that rotation. So if you take an effect that we're adding 5 or 6 at the beginning of the month, plus 2 every week, now you're up to 14, right? Plus the Friday fish, that's 18. So you have a regular menu, plus you're incorporating another 14 to 18 specials every month. It's a lot of variety,
It is.
And plus we're going to be changing out the sides. We're going to go, now you see a little more root, acorn squash. Well, we're in the middle of winter. Now we're coming into the cusp of spring. So you'll see more spring vegetables. There'll be more, zucchini and squash and beans and peas and, items that are coming into the harvest. So we do hear what the residents say, and we're responding to it. Rome wasn't built in a day. It's not going to be a wide swath of just changes like that. But I think, and someone mentioned that also over in one of the dining rooms, that they color coordinated the specials. And I think that helped the residents as well. Like, oh, red must be a new, and I think you brought it up as well. And I think little things like that help enhance the menu. It also makes it easier to read for the residents, that I'm going down, oh, red, this must be new. And if I like it, I'll try it. So little things like that. We're looking at enhancing the dessert menu, maybe making a few items in-house, bread, puddings, cobblers, things of such. So we're looking at a few things. You'll see with the new menus, we're going to be changing. Now we're doing beer, cheese soup, and fireside. Now we're doing the cream of broccoli plus the soup of the day. So we're going to be rotating all these different items in. We're looking at bringing in a special salad, be it a Waldorf or an ambrosia or something of sort. So I think it's, we're making progress.
So actually then with the signature menu, each of the chefs in the dining rooms has a say in what they want to serve?
Yeah, we kind of do meetings where we do menu meetings, and the chefs will have their input, and we'll bring in the general managers and myself.
Oh, we have a phone call. Good morning, you're on Channel 6.
Yeah, good morning. I definitely never go hungry here. You can tell that by my scale. Most everything is very, very good. I'm just curious, are you going to change a little bit menu in the bistro?
Yes, and we can talk about.
Okay, thank you for calling. We'll answer that question.
Yeah, we're in the process of right now working with the bistro team. With everything going on, and no excuses, with everything going on, we've been talking about the bistro, and obviously there's been some talk about changing the menu, and we're actually in process of working with the bistro chefs, and Chef Rabin over there, and myself, and Pearl, who's the general manager, and Eli's going to be involved, looking at how to enhance that. What items are we going to keep, because there's some items that the residents really enjoy there, and then again, we're going to look at a menu mix. If we only sell 1 or 2 of these items in a month, is it really worth keeping it on?
Right.
Now I understand that one person's going to come in and be like, where's my, and there's almost 2,000 residents here. It's we try to please everybody. But yes, we are going to work on the bistro menu. I don't want to give a timeline because, there's a lot of things that go involved with that. We want to test things out. We want to see what's going to work in that environment. Obviously, the bistro is not set up as one of our regular kitchens, so we have to take that into effect when we design a menu. We also, want to make sure that it's something that we can produce in a timely fashion out of the bistro. So yes, we are looking at revamping the bistro menu. So hopefully we can get that done. I'd like to get that done this month.
Wonderful.
So
Wonderful.
hopefully we'll have that done.
Very good. Very good. Any other changes coming up?
Just with, mainly we're concentrating on service and the food. That's the number 1 and 2 things here. always looking at the menus, looking at what we can offer, how we can enhance it. So, that's pretty much it.
Do the chefs each have kind of a special feel that they particularly like? I know when they start doing the chef's dinners, it's always interesting to see what they choose to serve.
Yeah, I think each chef has his little forte, his specialty, his wheelhouse, as we call it in our industry. And they try to put a little of that into the menu. They're all excellent chefs, and they're each one of them, and they each have their little wheelhouse that they're comfortable in and they like to showcase. So you'll see a little of that on the menu. Every chef wants to put his touch on the menu, but we also listen to the residents. We also look at the comment cards. What do you all want, or what's missing? And maybe we start as a special, and if we see that it's a hit, an item that we run as a special, if we say, wow, we're selling like 20 of these every night, well, maybe next month we'll, because they'll only be for a week, maybe next month we add it to the menu and see how it takes off. The specials also are a great way. It's a soundboard for items maybe we want to add to the menu. Let's run it for a week. It's a great little snapshot of seeing response from the residents, and then go from that. If we run a special that's like, we sold 10 or 8, okay. If we sell, I'm telling you, this buttermilk chicken, it goes like wildfire.
Yeah, the buttermilk chicken is always good.
With a little sauce, so I'm like, chef, maybe you want to like put that on your menu next time out.
Right.
It's for us, it's an easy preparation item, and it's comfort food. Sometimes less is more. Something that's just plain and simple, and a lot of us come from, I love comfort food. That's my little thing I like to make, when I'm home. Something simple, nice, but it's enjoyable, and so sometimes I think if you try to make something too elaborate, it's too many steps in the kitchen, and the residents are like, nice, but that buttermilk chicken looks really good over there. So you understand what I'm saying. So, it's a good testing ground.
Yeah. Don't forget, this is a call-in show. We'd love to hear your comments, so give us a call, 703-923-4639.
It's funny that I walk through the halls and everybody's got comments, and I come in here
and nobody calls.
Maybe it's too early in the morning. Maybe we need to move the show to 2 o'clock in the afternoon. But no, a couple things I've heard from residents is clarity on the resident menu compared to what's being, this has been in the cafe. And I can tell you that we're addressing this. I know sometimes people were frustrated that, well, in the resident menu said this, and we came in and it wasn't served. And there was a miscommunication. I've already started working on making sure that the menus that the chefs work on are linked to what goes on the resident menu, so that there isn't that gap. It is no particular party's fault. There was just a miscommunication. And chef for dining service, I do apologize, and we are, as a team, working on to improve that. And by this menu coming out this week, you should see that all changed and all set.
We have a call coming in.
Okay.
Good morning, you're on Channel 6.
Hello?
Yes, you're on Channel 6. What is your question?
Well, I don't really have a question. I just want to compliment the chef on what a good job they do, and to tell him how much I've enjoyed those Maryland crab cakes. They're wonderful.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
I didn't know my mom was going to call in all the way from Florida.
Those crab cakes are good.
No, and that's, well, you saw the numbers. Numbers
Yes.
don't lie, and they really do like it. And well, look where we're living. People grew up here. They're used to crab cakes. You go to a restaurant, you go outside, any restaurant around here is going to have a good crab cake.
Oh, we have another call. Good morning. You're on Channel 6.
Good morning. Thank you for taking my call.
Yes, Jim.
I'd like to know if Chef Michael can update the residents on the status of the pizza oven.
The pizza oven.
Yes.
Okay, we'll
Okay.
see what
Thank
we
you very
can.
much.
We'll get an answer here. Thank you for calling, Jim.
That was something that we talked about a while back, and it's definitely, would we love to have one? We'd love to, but the thing with living in beautiful Fairfax County, there's a lot of regulations and rules to having certain equipment in certain areas, and this is something that currently right now that we could not support where we would want to put it. Saying that, or in the future there may be an opportunity as we enhance certain areas, the possibility of inserting a pizza oven. You know, we have to abide by, you know, the regulations of this county. It'd be great just to slap one in there and roll with it until the health inspector came in and said, "What's that doing over there?" So it's not going on deaf ears, and I'm a fan of it, and I know that, you know, we've talked about it, and you know, it'd be great to have. So hopefully in the future, as you know, if there's expansion in the future in some of our venues, that we would look at, you know, bringing a piece of equipment like that into it.
So it actually has to do with regulations,
A lot
health
of,
regulations.
you know, when we look at placing equipment in, we have limited space. There's a lot of things you have to look at. I am no engineer, and I don't tend to play one. But I've learned a lot through this signature program that there's gas pressure and electricity, and how much electricity can we support in a building, and you know, it has to be on a certain dimension, and it has to be vented, it has to be under a certain vent, it has to be so far back from the wall, it has to be so far high off the floor, it has to be so far down from the ceiling, and you know, how much BTUs does it put out, you know, what is the exhaust, can our exhaust fans support that? So there's a lot that plays into, like, well, let's just get it and put it in there. I'd love to do that, you know, but there's a lot that in the background that
Right.
goes into, you know, you have to bring in engineers, and then you have to make sure that the piece of equipment can be supported by our infrastructure, and then you have to make sure that, you know, there's a cost factor involved, and a lot of other minor things. So, yeah, I'd love to have one.
I think a lot of us would
I-
love to have
I would
one.
love to have one. So if there's a way, we'll figure it out.
Good.
You know, am I saying given a timeline? I would never. I don't even give my wife timelines. You know, so you know, is it something we're thinking about? Yes. So if we can make it work and make it happen, absolutely.
It's
But
definitely still on the list.
it is, but there's a lot of legwork involved.
Sure.
You know, so.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, we'll keep that in
I
mind.
hope I answered that question.
Well, I think you did, but it's not necessarily
It's not
to our
the answer you
satisfaction.
want.
Right.
You know, if I could say, sure, we'll have it up and running, you know, next week. I mean, I think a lot of people would be in line for that pizza,
Yes,
but
they would.
you know, we're looking at, you know,
Right.
how we can make that happen. So
Right. So we just have to kind of wait until we can meet the
yeah, there's
meet
a lot.
the county
there's-
regulations.
Well, it's not even, you know, there's a lot of things involved in, you know, bringing in something like that. So, you know, we're looking at all angles.
Right. Right. What is the next chef dinner coming up?
We just had Nick's in February, March. I would say I think it's going to be in either April or May.
In April or May?
Yeah, and I'm not sure who the chef is. But I will, you know, my next call-in show, what I'll do is I will bring a list and dates.
Very good. Very good.
So,
I think
or maybe-
we had a list put out.
Yeah, and I think it was a scroll, but maybe I'll send that again, so that, and I'll send it to Channel 6, so, or I'll talk to Eli and make sure that we have all the dates set. And I know we've sat and did this last year and set the dates and the chefs and all that, but just to reconfirm and,
Right.
you know, send that out so the residents know, you know, what
when
dates, when and who.
When and who.
So-
Right. That's a good idea.
I always
Good
said I
idea.
wanted to do a peanut butter jelly action steaks. I always kid with some of the residents. Get some Nutella in there.
Okay, how
do it.
many ways can you serve peanut butter and jelly?
Oh my God, there's so many. Think about all the different jellies and all the different peanut butters and Nutella and different breads. And I'm just kidding. But I always joke with people about that.
Yeah.
But, you know, the one thing, and I know I bring this up all the time, is take advantage of the tour of the kitchen during service. If you're waiting and you have 15 minutes, tell your manager, you know, I'd like to go back and take a look. It's on, they're only going to take a few people, or if you finished up and you got, I got a few minutes. Can I go in the back and see it? You'd be amazed. A lot of moving parts.
Yeah, I understand. It's very interesting.
And I think you'll have an aha moment. Be like, aha, I understand. There's a lot of, with the, you'll see the screens up where the orders come and people working over here on the pantry and the line and the servers coming in and out and the dessert station, and you're like, it's like a symphony, and I think when you walk in there, you'll realize how much work and effort by all these individuals goes into preparing the meal.
So maybe you can appreciate a mistake once in a while.
Oh, I'm not even, you know what? It's nothing about appreciating the mistakes. I think it's just appreciating the people behind the scene and the effort and the hard work that they do. Sure, we have the faces of this department. You have Eli and myself and Corey and G down in Woodland and Pearl and her team and Nadia and Rini, and you have Chef Rabin and Chef Mark and Chef Nick, and Marisi, Nadine and LaShawn and all, and Margaret and Penny, all these are, sure, these are the face out in the dining room.
The ones out on the floor.
There's there's all the great sous chefs we have here, and the line cooks and the prep cooks, and, there's a lot that goes on behind that, maybe, okay, now I see what's going on, and meet those people too. The chef will come out on the floors, but, we have a great team back there, and I think, I think you'll have a better understanding and appreciation of the people and the work they do. It's a lot of hard work. So I think I recommend it and I suggest it to everybody to take advantage of that. Why not? Why shouldn't you see? It's your kitchen.
That's true.
Why shouldn't you see what's going on in your kitchen?
Right.
So.
Right. Sounds like a good idea. I'll have to try that.
Try it out, And even if you want to go, I know Woodland Skies during lunch, if you want, what's going on back there? Come on, let's look. If someone asks me, can I see the kitchen? I'll be like, sure. I'll make sure that, they don't have, residents back there currently, but because, you don't want to bring, no more than like maybe three or four. You don't want to bring, all right, everybody, let's go.
That would kind of get in the way, I think.
Well, I think it's also for safety too.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
So, but it's, I think it's take advantage of it. So, but as far as what's going on, right now we're just working on the menus, working on, how we can enhance the menus. Obviously, we're going into spring, coming around the corner, so maybe we take off some of these winter items and look at adding some lighter fare, salads, pastas, light items. So, but we'll keep on a couple of good
Comfort
items.
foods.
Yeah, we'll keep right now. I hate to say if we ever take the crab cake off, I think.
Oh no, don't ever take crab cake off.
I think they'll run me out of here. But no, it's we know what, again, we have all these reports, so
Right.
we see what everybody.
I know you rely on the cards that are written
Absolutely.
on the table. And,
And a lot of the residents talk about, oh, you don't read those cards. I'm like, we have reports that they're all inputted into.
right, and I know
So-
the dining committee reads them.
And so do the managers and the chefs.
So they are very important. So if you, we have a call. Yes, you're on TV.
Oh, thank you. Jeff, have you ever considered a raw bar?
We've done this in the past, and
Thank you.
Thank you.
we've actually done this in the past. I know Jefferson did a raw bar. I do like raw bars. I'm hesitant though because you're dealing with raw seafood, and obviously our population is susceptible. So it's something that, have we thought about it? Yes, maybe on special occasions. But again, there's a lot that goes behind, putting out a raw bar. Again, you're dealing with raw seafood, clams,
I would think that would
oysters.
fit more into one of the special dinners.
Maybe, special dinner, or if maybe a dining room's doing something, a theme, or special occasion. Would I serve it as a regular item? I don't think so, because there's just too much.
Too much involved in it.
Yeah, there's too much involved, and it's a very delicate item, and You know, again, with the population you're dealing with, you want to make sure that you can ensure their safety with the food. So,
Sure.
now we've done it before, and the residents do like it. So, am I saying we'll never do it? No, no, no. You know, there may be special occasions, like you say, evening with the chef may do it, or if there's a special occasion in the dining room or something like that. So.
Okay, we still have about a minute. You have anything particular to hit home?
And, you know, I always say I don't know what I don't know.
Okay.
You know, and, you know, you'll see me walking around, you know, all of you see me walking around, you see the chefs. If you have something to say, good, bad, or indifferent, let us know. You know?
I think that's a good idea, but you know, sometimes when you say it verbally, it registers and says, yeah, that's great, and then you get back to your office and say, what was it they said? You know, so put it in writing on those cards.
Yeah. Say
And let the chefs know what you want, what you don't want,
what you like, what you don't like.
Right.
You know,
what you're unhappy with, what you really are delighted with, and let's keep these dining rooms really moving.
yeah, absolutely. If there's something on the menu that's missing, or we used to have, and you're like, you know, you used to serve this, and we really liked it, and it's gone. I don't know that unless you tell me.
Right.
Or the chefs or the managers.
Right.
So.
Okay. Thank you so much,
Hey,
Michael.
thank you.
Thank you so much.
I enjoyed it.